Welcome to the Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
It's time! It's Friday. FriYAY, as they say. Look at everybody's already here. Hello. Good to have you here. Butterfly. First one in the pool's Butterfly. Catherine's here. Vanessa's here. Jackie, Marguerite, Nancy, Vanessa. Good to have you here. Carla's in the house. So's Amber. So's Jenny. So's Leanne. We're all just here having a good old time. Hi, Helen. And Pamela. I like that. So much fun. Isn't it fun to be here? I would say so. Doris is here too. Hello, Doris in Texas. Glad you're here. Anyway, so I was looking outside today to see, is it safe to take the dog out down the steps? Remember all the steps that I told you about that we had, right? Hey, Denise. Gracie's in the house. So Alice is here as well. I was looking at the steps. Still, our steps are almost all the way thawed, but the whole pathway is 100% icy snow. Still. So we're just not doing that. You know, in order to get there, I'll have to get in the car and drive and go to the berm. It's crazy. Carol's in the house. Happy Friday to everybody. So glad you're all here. We've got some really good questions, and I'm just delighted to be able to share them with you today. I'm also delighted to share this quote, which is fun. How about this one? Change doesn't have to take a long time. It happens the moment we decide. The results come from the decision. Every single day, step by step, drip by drip, ounce by ounce. I said that. How about that one? Hey, Angie, I'm glad you're here. Corliss, you too. So anyway, that's, and isn't that the truth though? It is all from that place of decision that the needle moves in our lives on everything when we make that decision. Hey, Jocelyn, if we don't make decisions for our lives, guess what? There's a lot of people who would like to make them for you. Have you noticed that? They're willing to come in and suck down all of your energy and suck down all of your time, right? What do we call those? We call them energy vampires. That's what they do. They prey. Joanne, so glad you're here. All right, let's get to the questions. We got some really good questions today. What do we have coming up? Inner Circle is about to go live. February 8th is when we start Inner Circle. That's on a Tuesday night. This is something I want you to at least look at the page. Is this something that would be a good investment for you? Is this something that would elevate and help you up-level your life in the ways that you want to? Is being together in a group of women who are all doing the same thing, maybe that's an experience you've never had. And I will just tell you, that's the needle mover. The very first time I ever signed up for, they call them masterminds. It's when like-minded people get together and share ideas and get led to go to the next level, and they're truly on that same page. The energy is absolutely palpable, and you just know it. You walk into when you're doing it in person, even if you're doing it on Zoom or whatever, you can feel it. There's a whole shift. There's a whole dynamic that shifts. Check it out at savingdinner.com/circle. Read that page carefully. Simply because there's a lot of things on there, and the benefits, I don't even think we can name all the benefits, because it really has been, it's been super cool. I really enjoyed it. Joanne said Inner Circle's the best investment. I've been loving and enjoying learning so much. A great group of women. She's absolutely right on the money. 100%. Hey, Lucy. Lucy's in the house, and so's Lynn. Anyway, I'm just asking you to look at this page. I'm not telling you what to do. Your heart's going to do that, Your heart's going to tell you this is for you, or, this is not for you at this time or whatever. But just be a little open is all, and just take a look at it. That, when was that? It was like early 2000s. I remember doing that very first thing, and I was so scared, thinking I wasn't ready and maybe next year and all that. And I finally just said, you know what? Just doing this. It changed my life. And that's why I'm inviting you to do this. It's, it's a small group of women. We're talking less than 50 women. And right now we're at less than 50, but it'll probably get to 50. But what always happens is that, half of the people are active. That's always the way that is. Anyway, Kimberline in the house. Let's start. Do you want to have some questions? Oh, I forgot to tell you though, before I do, how could I forget? Infla Crusher to the rescue. Yes, that is our supplement of the week. And yes, you guys are going crazy over this. If you buy 3, we will give you the 4th one free. If you have any kind of pain that you're dealing with chronically on a regular basis, can I ask you to just take a look at this instead of, the stuff they advertise on TV? One of the reasons why we brought this to fruition, you know why? You know why I was just adamant about this? Is because of how many people are on pain relievers, And let me tell you about these pain relievers. 35,000 people a year die because their livers get throttled from taking too much of it. And I get it. Nobody wants to live in pain, but this is an anti-inflammatory. It doesn't get much better than this, It doesn't get much better. This pharmaceutical grade curcumin, it does the trick. The reason that this is such an important one is that it goes right into the belly, and it can just 100% help you to manage your pain. It goes into the belly, it's digested into your intestinal tract. That's where you want it to be, so that it goes out toward your whole body. It's body. It's so crazy. Butterfly says she's COVID right now. I was told to take zinc. What do I think of zinc? I think zinc is incredible, Butterfly. I have a Cootie protocol. Jenny will drop you a link. Take a picture, take a look at that. There's plenty of things. Quercetin, vitamin C, zinc, definitely. Bone broth, absolutely. Lots and lots of stuff. Go to savingdinner.com/Cootie, COOTIE. Let me just tell you something. Your immune system, if it's under attack, your immune system's under attack. That's all. It happens. And you just need to support it. And that's what this Cootie protocol is about. You'll find great help in that. And, usually I don't give out and say, this is how much you should be taking. It's basically, I believe it's 30 milligrams a day is like your base, or even less than that. I can't remember what the base is. But when you are ill, it is safe to go to 50 milligrams a day with zinc. You can do zinc lozenges as well as regular zinc. Our zinc is, I think it's only like 5 milligrams. So you can take a lot of it and take it constantly through the day. It's super supportive. There's a ton of different things that you can do. Hydration is absolutely key, and so is any kind of getting your sleep. Okay, got your back, Butterfly. I swear we do. Definitely check out the Cootie protocol, though. Everything in there, it's all linked because we have all those products in our store. So it's really easy for you to get what you need, and just, it tells you how to take it in the whole bit. This is tried and true stuff because, listen, cooties happen. They just do. So I don't think, I may have had the flu when my children were tiny. I haven't had the flu ever. I've never taken a flu shot. I will tell you that. I've never taken a flu shot. I am vaccinated, however, from COVID. I have not boosted, but what I do is I do my vitamin D every single day. Absolutely critical. I also do a vitamin D spray as well with K2 in it, which is really helpful. That helps it helps your body to assimilate. So that's really helpful, especially when you're sick. Hey, Susan, I'm glad you're here. And Jama, nice to have you here. All of these things, Margot's in the house. Hey, Margot. All of these things work together. They just work together. So just read the Cootie protocol. Keep it. I would tape it on the inside of my cupboard or something so you always have it. Always have these supplements available for you, and just watch how effective they are. I've done this same cootie protocol. I had a girlfriend who it was her baby shower, and she had 101 fever. This is the same protocol I used with her, and she was able to go to her baby shower the next day. We are available everywhere on all the social media platforms. You can find us just at whatever/savingdinner.com, tiktok.com/savingdinner, not saving dinner, just saving dinner, all one word. Mm-hmm. All right. And last but not least, and I mean it, not least, is get on our text message rounds. We are sending out a text message once a week, maybe twice a week. This week we did twice, but it's screaming deals. I mean, these are deals that are just like, whoa, yes, click, 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 because they are that good. So in order to get on top of this, in order to get it though, you've got to be on the messaging app. We will not send this out in an email. You will not see it on the website, only through text message. Send the word join to this phone number, 855-960-3720. And once you've done that, you will be on our list and we'll tell you exactly what to do about it. So I'm going to show you, this is what I've done. Oh, goodness. So there I am. See? There we go. But I want you to see, I called it Saving Dinner. Do you see that? Saving Dinner. That way I know when it comes in, it's not some random stuff. It's made, it's made right here. Yeah, it's right here, savingdinner.com. And it says savingdinner.com, not some random phone number. I did that though. That's what you need to do on your side. Andrea, hi. Nice to see you, by the way. I haven't seen you in a while. Can you tell us about your supplements? Made in the USA? Yes. Non-GMO? Yes. Third-party tested? Yes. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. It's small batch manufacturer. Small batch. We don't do great big things. Everything is extraordinarily fresh. We don't have stuff just sitting there on a shelf waiting to have, that's just random. Everybody's got this and they just put our stuff on it. Ours is everything. This is ours. Nobody else has this one. We have lots of supplements like that are just exclusively ours, a proprietary blend, etc. So, I mean, vitamin C, you can't do proprietary on that one. At least not as far as I know. We don't have a proprietary vitamin C. We have a good one. And we just, every single one of our supplements has been chosen for a reason. You are so welcome, Andrea, or Andrea. You got to tell me. My girlfriend growing up, one of my best friends was Andrea, 2 houses down from me on Sunset Drive in Whittier, California. But she pronounced her name Andrea. And then after that, I met Andreas and they were saying, no, my name's Andrea. And I was like, no, it's Andrea. That's how I know it. All right. First questions from Laura. In one of the Daily Dish shows, neck crunchies came up. Is that the sound I hear when my neck, when I stretch it? What is it? Is it bad? Can I make it go away? Should I? It doesn't hurt. It just sounds weird. As we get older, the clicking sounds start to happen. And it's the air and it's the gush that's in our joints. And it's letting us know. You can hear it, when you turn crunchy, just a little bit. But one of the ways that we can't necessarily get rid of it per se, but one of the ways that we can make it a little less frequent, and I've noticed this quite a bit, is exercise has just really kind of eliminated a whole lot. When you first start out, crunch, and then it kind of simmers down. Unless you're dealing with pain, it's just part of the process. And one of the things that you can do is to make sure that you've got the space in between your joints and what have you, is make sure you're getting tons of bone broth. Collagen is the thing. Remember, we're 97% of the population has a deficit in collagen. And the way that we fix that is by taking it in. So we do bone broth, fabulous. That's going to help because it's got collagen and glycine in there, which helps you to make collagen. And then you can do beauty support, which has choline in it. And that also helps you to create collagen and biotin and a few other things. I would also add in taking just a pure collagen product like we have, our Perfect Paleo Protein, which is just nothing but pure collagen, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of stevia, and we're there. That's it. Or vanilla. Yep. So anyway, don't worry about it unless you have a lot of pain with it and then you want to go see a doctor. So it's not going to go away. It's just probably going to be lessen as you exercise a little bit. It does sound weird. She says it doesn't hurt. It just sounds weird. It does sound weird. And it's just like, you feel like you've got the Rice Krispies going on inside of your neck, right? Well, that's how we fix it a little bit. It's just by, making sure there's plenty of collagen in the diet and also making sure that you have lots of mobility going on. That really helps, and exercising makes a big difference. This is from Cindy. In the past few months, I've seen an increase in hair loss and thinning. Possible causes. I am 66. COVID vaccine side effects, although my third vaccine was 6 months ago, or other. I'm healthy today, no meds, exercise, take my vitamins and vibrant body supplements. Any suggestions to save, restore, or grow my hair? Well, first of all, it's not a vaccine side effect. They've had 3 cases of alopecia with the vaccine, and each one of them, they've shown that this person had alopecia already previous to this. So that was brought in. And out of all those people, all those vaccinated, millions and millions, to get 3 cases. So it's not that. But, interesting, it is a side effect of having COVID. This 20%, as a matter of fact, 20% of people will lose. And that's just the shock of your body going through all the upheaval and the stress of having to deal with it. I mean, this is me putting my spin on it, right? This is what happens when your body goes through a big stressful disease or infection or whatever it's going through. Oftentimes there is a big, there is a large shift and change, and losing hair is one of the ways that this happens. So I just want to put that out there. And what I would be looking at, genetics, sure, is always there. Genetics are always going to be a part, but it's not a death sentence. It just lets you know where you're vulnerable. It lets you know where there's a tender spot, where there's a soft spot, where your constitution isn't quite as strong as you want it to be. So if you have something in your family, that doesn't mean that you're necessarily next. It just means you need to be really on the ball and make sure that this is nothing, this is nothing substantial kind of a thing. The other thing that I would do is, full thyroid panel, not just your TSH, but also a full panel. That means that they're going to check the antibodies as well, T3, T4, all of that, and make sure that you're dialed in with your thyroid. Interesting thing. Now, not all doctors do this. Boy, most of them don't. So you got to really, know your doctors and who you're going to. But so my medication, WP thyroid, the thyroid medication that I used to get all the time, is basically out of business. Maybe they are here and there, but it's not a happening thing anymore. But their formula is available, and you can, compounding pharmacies can use that formula and create it for you. Since it worked so well for me, I asked my doctor, will you just ask this compounding pharmacy that we have in town here in Brevard to make up my thyroid formula? And we did. But interesting, after I was like, yeah, I'm just not feeling really great right now. What's up? Feeling tired, slept 10 hours one night, did, all of these things going on. What's going on? Blood test came back. My T3 was off. So they put more T3 in it. And I've just had it probably for the last week or so. I feel like a different woman. This is what happens when we're able to dial in what it is that we need. Our blood tests tell a story, at least a snapshot of what's going on. And I would have a look-see at your blood tests, Cindy, and make sure that you have your doctor check all of that out. TSH is just a tiny, tiny portion. That's the thyroid stimulating hormone. And the thyroid stimulating hormone is just, it's like, it stimulates your thyroid to work. And sometimes there's an overproduction of TSH. And the reason why is because it's an antibody kind of a thing, usually 95% of the time. So strong suggestion is it's not just the TSH that we need to look at, it's the entire thyroid. I'd also, if you don't have a baseline thyroid ultrasound, that would be a good idea. Have your doctor. I have had to ask doctor, will you feel the thyroid? Feel it? Make sure there's no nodules in there. When I asked my doctor to do it, he was like, oh my goodness, 3. Whoa, I counted 3. But I had to ask the doctor to do it. Can you believe that? That's just so insane. Anyway, this is a few years ago, but I posted, I believe, in the Hot Milk Sprint group, or I know for sure on the Saving Dinner group, there is you can find a video of me laying on a table, getting an ultrasound on my thyroid, and them declaring, it was 4 years ago, yesterday. That was my anniversary, I think, of being cleared and saying there's nothing here and being declared in remission. Super exciting. But the thing that I want you to do is just to make sure that you get the proper tests. Sometimes a lack of iron can do it. Sometimes stress can do it. Sometimes a lack of B vitamins can do it as well. 3 things. And I just mentioned this to Laura. And it's just, this is my trifecta. And I swear by this. I've noticed the difference in this with my own hair, with my own skin. And, at 63, I think I get to crow pretty loudly about this. I'll just say it. There's 3 things you do every single day: bone broth, perfect paleo protein, and beauty support. Bone broth, because it contains collagen, and it's also the vehicle for tons of vegetables. I make a vat of soup every week, and change up the flavors, change up everything. Yes, sometimes I do get sick and tired of it, but that soup is just so good. It's so bulky, and it's also giving me everything that I need in that bowl of soup. The second thing is perfect paleo protein. Well, how else are you going to get all those supplements down you, right? So when I make up my smoothie, I got my supplements all ready to go, and bada bing, bada bang, here come the supplements. There goes the smoothie. That works as well. And in those supplements is beauty support. And I take it twice a day, and I put the beauty support also in my nighttime supplements. That's just an extra that I've started to do, but it's really made a difference. Now I have a picture of me, and I've got to find it. I keep saying I'm going to find it, but you can see, do you see all that gray hair right there? Do you see all that? This is all hair that's grown, thank God. And it's all from beauty support. Same here, right here. And yesterday, if you saw the show, I had all these little tiny hairs. I mean, it was really weird. They were all sticking out and kind of short. And I think that was because, I go through times of hair loss, but this is hair loss getting fixed and coming right back on. We should probably call it the hair loss package, but is Wendy here? I thought I saw Wendy. Let me just tell you about Wendy, Wendy, there she is. Ask Wendy about beauty support. Wendy's got quite a story. She could tell you about beauty support. She was losing hair. She sent me this lovely email, and I said, Wendy, I don't know if it's going to help you, but let's give it a try. She tried it. And I mean, she's gone through cancer. She's been through a bunch of stuff, and her hair grew. She was also very, disciplined. You have to be disciplined. It doesn't help you to have supplements if you don't take them, She's right. It is the best supplement ever. Beauty support is one of the best. I can't say it enough. My skin at 63 looks better than my skin at 53. And the reason why is it's a beauty protein, meaning structural, and it gets in there, and your skin is like 90% collagen. And if you've got a deficit, believe me, it's not going to go to you're not going to see it on your face. You will see the deficit on your face. You're not going to see all the collagen that you need in your face, on your face, if you don't have enough in your body. It's going to go toward the most important places. So if you're drenched in collagen, you're going to respond. I will tell you, if you do this for 2 weeks, exactly what I said, perfect paleo protein daily, beauty support daily, even split it up, do 2 doses, do 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. I do 2 and 2, but I'm hardcore. What can I tell you? And then make sure that you get a bowl of soup with tons of green vegetables in it, all made from bone broth. You can buy it in a carton if you want to. Make sure it's bone broth, though. That's where the collagen is. Those 3 things and managing your stress, holy cow, what a difference. What a difference. So I thought I saw you here, Wendy. Wendy's, I cried when she sent in that testimonial. The most incredible testimonial I've ever read about beauty support. So listen, if it worked for Wendy, it's going to, I can't say, oh, it's going to work for you too. But I will tell you one thing that I know is that if you're regular and consistent with your supplements and in good faith and you're managing your stress and, prayerful and meditative and getting the sleep, hydrating, doing everything, and clean diet, by the way, I think you will see results. I will be surprised if you don't. And I will tell you exactly what I told Wendy. If it doesn't work, send it back and I'll give you your money back. That's what I'll tell you. Susan says, vegans sometimes frighten me. What's Leanne's take on carnitine and cloying contributing to health issues? Okay. Do you see my eyeballs? They're rolling around. First of all, carnitine, energy creator. Secondarily, cloying, that's that helps your body make collagen. So can I just say this for a minute? That when you see stuff like this, when you see this, it's from people overdoing it. Carnitine's taken a lot in the fat loss community. It helps you to burn fat. It also helps mitochondria function. There's a lot of things that these things all do. I mean, L-carnitine and cloying are both of them are excellent. Overdosing on any of them is crazy. And that's, she said, I find a lot to admire about Ocean Robbins and his dad, but some of their vegan articles get me worried. All right. Well, I know Ocean, and he's a wonderful, wonderful man. He's a sweetheart. And we talked about working together for a while on some vegan stuff and all of that. But yeah, let's just say this. Let me just say this. I think that we all could take a lesson from a well-rounded vegetarian or vegan. And that is to get a whole heck of a lot more vegetables into our lives. But I also know a ton of vegetarians. I was one of them. I did a little vegetarian thing right after college. I immediately put on 15 pounds. Just like that. I was always hungry. And I would eat whole wheat bread with peanut butter and drink Dos Equis beer. That was like one of my big things. It's like liquid bread. I can't even imagine. But it just didn't work for me. And our teeth tell the story of what we're supposed to eat. We have canine teeth. That's for ripping meat. We grinders, we have an omnivore's teeth and jaw. We do, omnivores. So that needs to be honored. That's my opinion of it. I mean, obviously, completely night and day from Ocean and a lot of other vegans out there, and a lot of vegans that I know who at one point were vegans turned around and became omnivores simply because this vegan thing stopped working for them and they got real sick. B12 deficiency is a thing. So, I could also tell you stories about, taking too much of anything, any kind of supplement that's out there, because it's a thing. People do that. They overdose on stuff purposely, especially in the fitness world. They think if this is good, then 4,000 if 1,000 milligrams is great, then let's do 4,000 milligrams. And sometimes, this stuff acts as drugs in our systems, and we have to be very, very careful. We have to know basically what we're doing. And on the other hand, unless somebody's coaching you and helping you through something, don't just say, oh, well, I'm going to take 8 of these because I'm really in pain. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure that you're working with somebody who can help you with that. But, I will just tell you that I think carnitine's super helpful. I think choline is super helpful. I don't think anything should be taken in mega doses, and there's no way that you can show me that this is a problem in the normal doses that it should be taken. This is from our Amber, and she says, "Is beef broth as nutritionally beneficial as chicken bone broth? I'm struggling to find chicken feet. The beef bone broth recipe calls for oxtails and any other bones we can find. Would beef marrow bones be a good substitute?" Yes. For chicken feet, as far as collagen content, or will any bones have adequate collagen? Figured the marrow might give it a little extra nutritional razzle dazzle. Yes, it will. So the bone marrow in the bone, I mean, that's like a living tissue. That's an amazing tissue, and it's full of all kinds of good stuff. It super gags me, though. People will eat the marrow from the marrow bones. Super gags me. I'm not going to eat that, nor am I going to eat liver or anything. So the best thing that I can tell you that is from this whole thing is that it will, however, make incredible bone broth. Now, here's the best thing that I can tell you. It's different. When you're making chicken bone broth, it's a whole different ball game. And chicken bone, the bones are a lot finer, as you know, and a lot thinner. These oxtails and with the marrow in them and the big old thick bones. So a couple things that I do. One is I roast them first. I do about 375, and I will take my bones and drizzle some olive oil over the top and make sure that I've given them a big, toss so that they're completely covered. Lots of salt and pepper. And remember, fresh ground pepper and pink salt. Your salt and pepper need to be on point. Okay? Can we just agree to that? Y'all, it's so good. Joanne, every time I bring out the liver, and this because we give Lincoln liver, I think of you. Aren't you glad? She loves her liver. So you take those beef bones, salt and pepper, and then all the herbs, bay leaves, whatever it is that you want in there, onion and garlic. And I'm really lavish with that. I will take an onion and cut up, and when I say cut up, I'm talking quartered maybe. Put that in there, some garlic cloves, tons of garlic cloves, tons of herbs. Lately I've been able to, through Misfits, I've been able to buy the big poultry bundles of herbs, and it's in a big, it's not that tiny package like this. It's a great big package. I've been just lavishing that whole thing on there. Makes the best broth. You roast it until the bones are nice and brown. And then you move all of that into your pressure cooker. Any goodies that are browned up on the bottom of the pan, you're going to want to put a little water in there and scrape it all up and scrape that into your pressure cooker as well, Instant Pot, whatever you're using, and then have at it. You will have amazing broth. You will have a ton of fat. Once you've, cleaned it all up and, put your sieve out and gotten rid of all the solids and the old veggies and stuff like that, my strong suggestion is that you put it in the refrigerator and let the grease come up. Now, a lot of people will like that and will take that. No, we just scrape it all off the top. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not really big on that, but it's really, really wonderful. And just remember too, the other people, I will say this to anybody who has digestive issues, make sure that you get rid of that fat, on the bone broth, any bone broth, just because it's really, that's a big hit of fat, and it could be, send you to running to the bathroom. You don't need that, especially my digestive issue gals. All right, Rena, my girl Rena. Here you go. Here we go. She says, "Dear Leanne, thanks for helping me transform my life. Here are my questions. How do you recommend cleaning plastic supplement containers? I spritz them with vinegar, clean with soap, and soak them in water and ozone, but it takes days for the smell to release." I recycle mine. I do. I just recycle mine. I don't ever really, I don't ever do this. So I don't know what to do, except that I would say that white vinegar, I would probably put white vinegar, like straight white vinegar in them. Just keep the lid off and let it sit for a few days. I think that would work. I think that would help a lot. But you're right. I mean, that smell does get in there, doesn't it? So there you have it. That's my best take on it. Let me just tell you something. I bought one time thinking I wanted found this big wood looking, I guess it was a dining room table, but it was the size, it had the height of a regular desk. And I thought, if I had a bigger desk. Well, we get it home and it's sitting in where our ping pong table is and everything. And Mark took the whole thing up. Yeah, let's get this. I'm excited. This is going to be in my office. And I'm going to tell you, I could not get the smell. It had cigarette smell, which I didn't smell. It was at Habitat. I did not smell when I was there. And I was like, oh my gosh, this thing smells like cigarettes. And then when I, tried cleaning it and I did all kinds of stuff, white vinegar, you name that too, and I did it. Couldn't get the smell out. And then there was something that I read on Amazon that said it took out, it had thousands of reviews, can't remember, but it said it'll take the smell out. So I followed the directions to a T, did it twice, it still had the smell. I took it back to Habitat, couldn't abide by it. So my whole thought is, if it stays, sometimes you just can't remove those kind of things. I even tried, we have this mildew remover for the boat. I even tried that on there. It didn't work. So I don't have the answer to that. My strong suggestion would be straight white vinegar. Just fill that little bottle up, let it sit for a few days. And then I'd save the white vinegar and I would put it, I would definitely just then throw it out and put it into the recycle bin. When we had, anytime I have fish in the house, and if I'd cook it in the house, the house smells like fish, I would take a little shallow bowl and just put white vinegar and let it sit on the countertop overnight, and all of that smell would be gone in the house. White vinegar is pretty potent stuff. What about chicken gizzards? You can eat that. Remember, eating innards is a good thing. It is. I just don't happen to love them, but it's the most prized part of the animal in the animal kingdom. That's the first thing that they go once they make a kill. If a lion does, or some other big animal does, they go right for the belly and they eat out all of those. The liver and the kidneys and the gizzards and everything else out of the animal. The reason that happens is because the muscle meat has way less nutrients. So the most nutrient dense food on the planet, everybody used to always say it's kale. It's not, it's liver. So see, look at that. Joanne's just doing a great thing. Doing a great thing. And a lot of people are like, oh, the fat and oh, the this and oh, the that. Well, look at all the nutrients that are in there. If I could figure it out, I would do it, but I just can't make myself do it. The flavor and I've tried. One of my last foray into that whole area was going to the farmer's market, buying calf liver, organic grass-fed calf's liver, freezing it, and then cutting it up and making it into little pills and taking it like that. Now I just buy it freeze-dried. Done and in a capsule down the hatch. There's things in there that's not available to us with regular muscle meat. So you can find that. Do you have a gluten-free recipe for zucchini latkes? No, but what a good idea. I would so for the latkes, why would there be any kind of gluten in a latke anyway? Because of the flour? Just use a gluten-free flour. That's what I would do. But wouldn't that be good? I want some now. Rena, if you make some, send me one, okay? She sends me these little peppers, and I've got the green. Where was it from? It was from Bangkok, green curry. So I've got it here, and Caroline and I are going to split it up and use it. How about that? So that's what I have for you today. Can you believe how easy that was? It was just a very fast and easy. Last week, I think we were just like boom, boom, done. If you want your question answered next week, all you have to do is send a question in to support@savingdinner.com. Do question for Leanne on Friday right there in the subject line. And then whatever your question is, and I'm happy to answer it for you. Okay. For anybody in Rising Tide, if I have not gotten your goals done, please send them in. If you want my help with them, send them into support@savingdinner.com, and Lindsay will be sure to get them over to me so I can help you out with that. I'm working on that this afternoon. Get the rest of them done this weekend is my hope. And don't forget, next Tuesday is our last of the Rising Tide. Can you believe that? It's going to be something. Anyway, I really, I love you, and I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate the fact that you show up here. We'll be together tomorrow, Saturday, doing the last of this whole topic of our thoughts. Tomorrow's going to be a doozy, so make sure that you buckle down and come on down. Andrea's asking, is Caroline still making bread? No, thank God she's not. She is not. I mean, if she were, I would be, and she lives here now, so that would be a real problem. Anyway, take care, everybody. I so appreciate you all. Again, tomorrow is Soulful Saturday. You are going to want to be here. We're going to wrap up our week on thoughts. And I've got a real good takeaway for you and a good way for you to end this whole week. So make sure that you show up. Peace be with you. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.